Not quite my tempo.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Yo, what up? How's it going, peeps? This is episode 41. Multiplex Loves Movies. This is officially the 10th watch along. So I know I made this big announcement last week, but this is officially Boatman is gone. Now he's back.
It's already starting.
It's already happening. We're here, though. We're excited. This is a good one. We're going to watch Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is Koho's #1 most hated film of all time. So we'll start with Koho. Koho, why do you hate this movie?
This movie is boring. Spider-Ham is over the top, takes you right out of the movie. Terrible character. There's absolutely no plot line. Every character is terribly written and a caricature. And this animation makes me dizzy and want to die.
But did you see Serenity?
Paid full price in the theater to see Serenity and refused to see this in the theater.
Understood. Just wanted to make sure. But no, seriously, what are your real thoughts on Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse?
I absolutely adore this movie. I wasn't expecting to love it as much on the first watch. Like when I went in and saw it, and I liked it so much that I saw it, I think, 5 times in the theater. And have watched this movie many, many times since. It's one of my favorites, so I'm super excited to watch it.
Dope. Boatman, I have no idea how you feel about this movie. Talk to me.
I did not want to see this in the theater at all. And you know who was like, you have to go see this? Eli the Goatman Boatman. And that is why he is the Goatman. I really enjoy this movie. It's a lot of fun, very self-aware. It's kind of like Deadpool for kids in a sense, and I like that.
That's fair. Roberto, I don't think you've ever seen a movie with Spider-Man in it. Have you seen this one before, though?
No, it's first time watch for me, actually. No, obviously I love this movie. This movie obviously probably most famous for instilling the rule in fandom that as soon as a movie becomes eligible for questions, you need at least 8 of them per match. Of course, this was the founder of that rule. It's called the Spider-Verse rule, and I'm still not over it.
That's fair. That's 100% accurate. Nicholas Tuig, Spider-Verse, yay or nay?
Bagel.
Understood. Cool. I get the reference, and I like it.
I like the flick.
You like it?
I like it. Good movie.
Good. Perfect. Okay, guys, before we get going, get your movies queued up. Get them at 0. I decided that this week I want to start all the important things that we want to say that I normally say for the end of the show at the beginning of the show, because right now there's actually people here, and you all leave as soon as the credits hit. So I'm going to say this. This past weekend, we dropped a big event, Multiplex Multiverse. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. A lot of fun stuff in that video that is, I think, very, very fun, that we put a lot of work into. So go check that out. Boatman, Warzone this weekend. What's happening?
This weekend, we start the tournament. Kirk plays Spence. Dustin plays Ryan Payne. Jacoby plays Hillbilly Scribbs, and Ethan plays Koho.
All right. 4 matches. Big time awesomeness for the first round, right? 4 matches every week?
Yes, for this first round of the tournament, 4 matches of round 1. Kill me.
Dope. Also, on Saturday, we have a #1 contenders match in Nerdgasm, the final #1 contenders match you will see before we go over to the new Debate League fan zone, featuring one Robert Parker here going up against Kirk Kowalkowski. Winner plays this motherfucker for the title. So that is on Saturday. That is going to be exciting. And then Koho Fandom Sunday and Monday. We got a big one.
We got a big week. So on Sunday, we have an undercard qualifier for the tournament. Both of these guys are in. It's seeding that's on the line. Kaleb Boatman versus Nico Suave Rigoli. It's a good one. And on Monday, the singles title's on the line for the last time before we start the Summer Series Singles tournament in 2 weeks. Dominic Grizzly trying to make his first defense against Thomas Scully. The second time these guys have played. Last time they played was in round 2 of last year's tournament. This time it's in 5 rounds. It's going to be a good one.
Yes, so that is your week coming up at Multiplex Entertainment. I believe Monday there is also a new episode of Jam Session, podcast only. That's coming up next Monday. I believe that one is with, is it Doug Castle, or was that last week?
I believe it's I think it's Doug Castle. I think.
No,
That happened already.
that happened already.
Oh, did it?
I don't remember. There's a new one coming this week.
There's a new one with a great guest. Every episode is great, so check it out.
I will
Also-
find out. But and Your List Sucks is tomorrow. I forgot Cody's not here, but Your List Sucks is tomorrow. Caleb, what is that? This week?
Best years in movies represented by one movie. So the best years for film. You pick a movie from the year to represent that movie. Boatman and I are both on that one, as well as Andrew James Barr. So it's gonna be a good episode.
Yes, and I confirmed the episode of Jam Session is Chris Clark.
Oh shit!
So that is the episode.
How'd that go again? Just one more time for me, Koho. Can we just get a clean cut of that?
Oh,
Yeah.
There it is.
So anyway, those are the things coming up in Multiplex this week. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's get into the movie. We're all queued at 0. Yes.
00:00.
Okay, and we are going to press play in 3, 2, 1, play.
I
And we
concur
are-
with Koho. My player was at 0-0 cheater 0.
Nice. Well done.
It's gonna be a
Well played. Well
big-
played.
big fucking yikes from me, dog.
Nice. I love this opening, like how they did the logos for this one.
Yeah, it was really fun dealing with people in the theater just being like, it's in 3D, but we don't have glasses. And we're like, no, it's not. It's a choice. They made a
I
decision.
don't think anyone ever came to me out front and complained about the visuals. I don't know.
Green's broke.
Maybe I just don't remember. Maybe I just blocked that out of my brain.
When me and Maggie saw this the first time, we went to an early screening of it. We saw it like a week early. And it was really funny sitting like either right next to us or right behind us. I don't remember. There were these 2 little kids like decked out in like Spider-Man costumes. And they were like so cute. And normally I don't like it with like people talking during like movies in the theater and everything. But it was like they weren't being obnoxious. They were like concerned about everything in the movie. Like spoilers if you've never seen it before. But when like Peter dies or whatever, the kid's like, Mom, what's happening? What's happening to Spider-Man? And I was like, oh, Jesus, I can't do this. This is too much.
I just noticed the subtle reference there with the blonde hair on the kid. I never caught that the first time.
Wait, what was it?
When they show young Peter Parker talking to Ben for that half a second, his hair's blonde. I never noticed that. Because, this world's Peter.
Yeah.
Blonde.
Different.
Different. I never caught that before. I'm an idiot.
Can we agree? Like they pitch perfect voice casting.
Yeah.
100%.
All around.
Like
Well,
all of
is it true that this Peter Parker was originally supposed to be Tobey Maguire?
Yes. That was a thing that was supposed to happen at one point. They were supposed to have Toby, Andrew, and they were talking to Tom at one point, and they were supposed to all be in one scene together. And then
I'm glad they didn't do that.
I agree. I'm glad they didn't.
Supposedly that's something they're trying to do for the second one, is to get all 3 of those characters back for small parts.
I mean, like
unnecessary.
Yeah, if it's like an Easter egg or something, like I'm into it. But I don't want it to be I don't want them to all be main characters in the movie.
Right.
If they'd been like the post-credit scene where they go back to the past and there's the Spider-Man pointing at each other, if there'd been 4 of them and it was all of these 4, then fine. I think that would be funny, but Yeah.
I mean, I trust them to do it right, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
After this one.
I love that. The soundtrack for this movie also is amazing.
Oh yeah, it's really good.
They do a very good job of letting you understand and figure out who Miles is very quickly.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Without like
such a great character.
Without
Yeah.
like telling you, it's very much showing like that.
yeah, exactly.
It's done very, very well.
Now, Boatman, do you regret the fact that you turned down the role of Spider-Ham?
Yeah, there were creative differences between me and the directors. I wanted to say for my first line, "Yo, what the fuck? I'm Spider-Ham," and they were like, "No."
Yeah.
What?
Not that funny.
No, that is funny.
I love that. That's
I do like his cereal, though. Are you gonna make
I
it?
don't think so.
Let me
What
read
is
it.
happening over there?
She's looking at memes right now. So
What are you doing?
just?
I love this scene so much.
That is very funny.
That's a copy.
How did this movie do on box office? I feel like this movie made some money.
I think it's the lowest grossing Spider-Man movie of all time.
Yeah, I think it do under 500 million. Like I feel like it
Yeah,
did
Worldwide, yeah.
375.
worldwide.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, total
That's-
worldwide gross.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Because I remember opening weekend it only made like 30 million or something like that, and I was like, "What the shit?"
I was so sad. I was really bummed they didn't do better because it's the best Spider-Man movie to me.
I think it's the best representation of Spider-Man in a movie, probably. I think that's like an argument.
I think it's between this and Homecoming for me. What I would take is the best Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what Spider-Man you like, and that's why I like the movie.
Yeah.
Like, Miles is great. Like, Peter B. Parker is like,
Oh, I love him.
love Peter B. Parker, but like, all that's the point is like, there's one that everybody can look at. Koho, how do you feel that we have to wait another extra year to see the sequel now?
I can live because I've got this movie, but I'm gonna see that sequel opening night.
I remember when they announced this movie, and I was like, "Why?" And now I just like can't even imagine.
This is why.
That was
Yeah.
basically everyone's reaction when this movie came out.
I think this
I
is the only Spider-Man movie that they had like announced in that whole like Sony email hack thing when they were like, we're starting the whole universe of stuff, and Aunt May and Sinister Six and Venom, and I think the only two that came out of it like actually happened were Venom and this.
Well, and I just remember too, like getting the news. It was like right around the time that like we got like the first trailers for like Homecoming.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, by the way, an animated Spider-Man movie is coming in 2018. And it's an animated one that has nothing to do with the MCU. And I was like, but why? I was like, it's just going to confuse people.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
the untitled Spider-Man movie, I think, was like, yeah.
They did nothing of it.
I had a lot of friends who were like, I had a lot of friends who saw these trailers and were like, wow, this looks terrible. Like, this is going to suck. I mean, they weren't friends who are like into movies or into like superhero movies, but they like casually watch like the MCU. Like, they've seen a couple of the MCU movies and they like, you know, they're casual movie fans who saw the trailers and were just like, wow, this is going to suck. And then it obviously didn't, but those kind of people didn't give it a chance. That's why it didn't churn up at the box office.
Well, it's like I had to convince my dad to watch it. I was like, "You're gonna like it. Like, you're gonna enjoy it." Hey,
I love Mahershala Ali in this movie.
I don't think I've ever seen a movie where I didn't love him in it.
Did he get nominated for a co-Oscar that year?
No, I think
I bet you Jake Johnson
got
did.
nominated was Jake Johnson. Yeah.
I knew it.
I think he's the one that got I can't remember. Because that was the first year that we did it with this channel and this committee. So he could have, but I don't know if he did.
Training grades? Interesting. All right, let's see what's going on in the chat.
Jake Johnson was not nominated that year.
A travesty, really.
No, it was Mahershala Ali, Timothy Chalamet, Adam Driver, Sam Elliott, Daniel Kaluuya, Michael B. Jordan, and Sylvester Stallone.
You nominated like 4 people from Creed 2.
Malcolm, I heard that Ryan Premison was considered for Spider-Ham, but he didn't want to be a talking animal.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Okay, can we talk about how
We can make all the jokes we want because he's not going to watch this.
Ryan hates talking animal movies, but he loves the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Yeah, right? Makes no sense.
Pretty sure the first film he ever saw was 1990's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like, ever.
I think that might be the only film he's ever seen.
That's fair.
And everything else, he just assumes what he will.
He's seen that, and he's seen Man of Steel.
Fair. And 2017's Power Rangers.
That's true.
I do remember him telling me he refused to see 2019's Aladdin because it wasn't going to be as good as the original, so why would he watch it? And I said, so you're not even going to give it a chance? And he said, no, I'm not going to waste my money. And then I just learned that he spent full price on Serenity, so I'm a little upset.
Full price on Serenity.
And he went to go see The Lion King.
What?
Yeah, that's right. He's the Lion King, but he didn't see Aladdin. He also doesn't really... I don't think he thinks the original Lion King is that good to begin with.
You want, right?
Yeah, Garth, Donald Glover as Prowler in MC would be great. I don't know if they're gonna do it though. Honestly, I'd be okay if they didn't do like MCU Prowler. Like, I'm totally
Really
fine.
cool.
I'm fine with like him just having that one like scene or 1 or 2 scenes in Homecoming though. Like, I don't know. I don't see him being like a super menacing villain. Like, I don't see Donald Glover pulling off like menace or like intimidation. Plus he already he's already had like run-ins with Spider-Man, so I think that kind of cheapens like their first confrontation. I don't know. I just don't think that. Plus I feel like, especially in this movie, like a big like emotional point in the movie is like learning that Prowler is Aaron Davis. And I feel like because he showed up in a different movie already, like I don't think that would be as big of an impact in the MCU.
It's like Quicksilver.
Yeah. That's actually a really good comparison.
I think people would
like it, or I wouldn't mind seeing Donald Glover back again in the MCU. It's just I don't think the character of the Prowler, like outside of Spider-Verse and like Miles Morales, like the context of that character, he's not very interesting. He's just
Yeah,
a guy with a
I don't
suit.
think you can have like I don't think you can have a worthwhile Prowler movie or like worthwhile Prowler moments without the inclusion of Miles.
Well,
Like,
and you can have Aaron Davis be a character without him being Prowler. Like they've done that
Yeah.
before.
Mhm.
Like, you could have like Ghost and Ant-Man and the Wasp is like a very different character in the comic books. So like you can have Aaron Davis be a character and then do the villain Prowler, and it doesn't have to be Aaron Davis, which would actually be a really great twist.
Right.
Where like if you have the Prowler in there and the comic book nerds are thinking that it's Aaron Davis the whole time, but then it turns out to be someone else, that could be
Sure.
pretty cool.
yeah, it's not a bad idea.
But only if they did it with Miles.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you because like I mean it was at least a line that referenced that like Miles exists in the MCU. Like it was
Yeah.
a small line and it wasn't like huge, but like in Homecoming there's at least
Nephew in Brooklyn.
yeah,
And-
but what
Coming.
yeah, I think that's illusion enough where like if they put him in more movies and they don't include any Miles or don't include any like I just don't get the point of it.
But will Spider-Ham show up in the MCU?
Hopefully, played by John Mulaney in a pig costume in a Spider-Man costume.
I mean, Multiverse of Madness, I'm ruling nothing out for the Doctor.
You're not wrong.
We could get a Maguire cameo.
I don't
Dude.
want that though. That's not something that I want to see.
I
Dude,
mean, I'm with you. I don't either. But
imagine Multiverse of Madness directed by Raimi, and all of a sudden there's just a glimpse of like Maguire or something. I would shit my pants.
Okay, you're right. I don't want it to be a glimpse though. I want it to be like a full scene where like Tom Holland talks to him and he gives some kind of like wise spider advice.
I don't want that in a Doctor Strange movie.
I'm
But
not
like
Doctor Strange, my friend.
like the quick shot in the background of like you see like Doctor Strange with all the different worlds, and one of them is like Tobey Maguire stopping the train.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Sure.
I mean, also, there's nothing saying that like there's gonna be a lot of characters in that movie. I think.
Just because it's like called. I mean, at this point in the MCU, I don't really like Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness or like. I mean, Captain America: Civil War wasn't really like a Captain America movie. I know they're like. I know. No, I know. I'm not trying to have that argument. I'm just saying that like I don't really think that naming convention necessarily means that like that is like that'll be the main plot, but I don't think that means that you can't have these other arcs.
Yeah, that's fair.
I agree with that.
Well, because isn't Scarlet Witch like the co-lead with him?
Yeah, because it's supposed to factor a lot into Vision and Scarlet Witch, like or WandaVision.
Yeah. Like WandaVision leads directly.
Yes, like WandaVision. The WandaVision show like is
Wow.
very heavily tied, like leads right into multiverse.
I will say that moment is one of my favorite parts of the entire movie. The play dumb. Who's Morales? Not that dumb.
Who's Morales?
Play dumb. The two best teams in the league are Knights of Ren and Riders of Brohan. Not that dumb.
Yikes! Oofta.
That was good. I liked it, Boatman.
I like it too. It's just a yikes. Yikes doesn't mean I think it's bad. It just means it's a yikes. I would love to see Tobey Maguire as a different character. Oh. Ryan literally nominated Rock-a-Doodle for Best Non-Disney Animated Films. He is an icon.
That was a thing that happened.
It did happen.
Wait, when did this happen?
I think
Back
it was a
on
Full Metal 5.
Show.
I think it was a Full Metal 5. Or
Yeah.
was it?
That explains why I got
It's
it.
Full Metal.
Cut.
It's Full
I
Metal.
think it was a
I was on it, and I nominated Megamind.
That explains why I got a deep cut Rock-a-Doodle question in round 1 of a match.
I love that they have the Spider-Man #1 there. That's
Yeah, Amazing Fantasy 15, right? No, I don't know. I'm trying to read what the number was on that.
I feel like I know like we don't have to talk about it a ton, but like if Lord and Miller don't leave Solo, this movie I don't think happens.
I don't think it happens the same way. I think the movie still happens, but they don't put.
I don't think it's this good.
They don't put as much of their time and energy into this movie.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
So like even though Solo was kind of a disappointment, and like I think most people consider it like, at least in this community, like it's fine, like it's entertaining but unnecessary. Like if Solo had to be a disappointment to make this movie as incredible as it is, like I'm A-okay with that.
Me too.
Yeah, I agree. Because what's the next best animated movie of that year after this? Like Incredibles 2, maybe, and that movie's fine.
I would
Ralph
put
Breaks
Incredibles
the
2.
Internet, maybe.
I like Incredibles 2 a lot more than most people, I guess.
I liked Incredibles 2 a lot more my last rewatch, but I would still take this or Ralph Breaks the Internet over Incredibles 2.
I agree. I'll take Ralph.
But
I'll take Ralph over Incredibles as well.
You didn't like Ralph, Koho?
I thought it was fine. It's not bad. It's just I think Incredibles 2, I had a lot more fun in Incredibles 2 than I did in Ralph Breaks the Internet. I think that's because I think The Incredibles is so amazing, and Incredibles 2 is very good, whereas Wreck-It Ralph, I think, is really good, and Ralph Breaks the Internet is just a little bit lower than that, which makes it good.
Tim, you're forgetting about Welcome to Marwen. I'd just like that to be known.
You Mormon?
I am not Mormon. Malcolm, I would like to say that I know what you're talking about. That was a joke played on the audience. That was at the Phase 3 reveal that Kevin Feige did at the El Capitan, and they did announce the movie as Captain America Serpent Society. And then at the end of the presentation, they basically said, haha,
just kidding.
It's actually called Captain America Civil War, and here's Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr. They came out, and then they said, oh, by the way, Black Panther is going to be in this movie, and here's Chadwick Boseman, and that's when they introduced him. So yes and no, but
Kinda, yeah.
That presentation is dope.
Yeah, that was the first time that was the first time post Ultron that we saw a clip of Thanos, which was pretty cool.
Tim, speaking of 2018 animated movies real quick, what would you take, Incredibles 2 or Teen Titans Go to the movies?
Incredibles 2.
Okay.
I like Teen Titans Go a lot, though. Like that, I like that movie more than most people.
It was better on the most, like I watched it yesterday, the day before. I think I watched it yesterday. And it was better than I had remembered it. I think the first time I watched that was with you guys, actually.
Might have been, I don't know.
I seem to remember watching it. Do you think that right here, Peter Parker can like send smiles because they're a dyad in the Force?
I'm gonna believe.
I got him! I got him!
I'm gonna
That's my favorite thing ever is going up to Maggie and just being like,
I knew I'd get him.
you are a Palpatine. We are a dyad in the Force, right?
I watched that movie today, so I knew. I was like, oh man, where can I fit this into the watch along? And I'm like, oh man, when he gets spider sense. Oh, that's the child.
I
gotta give you massive respect on that one. That was really
good shit.
I do love the way that Peter talks to Miles here, how right away, without even knowing this kid, he's just like, okay, you're scared. I got you. Let me go take care of the big monster thingy, and then I will help you.
And then he dies.
And then he dies. But it just shows, like,
this is your traditional.
I know what you mean. It's the
good
pureness
guy
of the character almost. It's just how like purely good he is.
Yeah, 100%. I also love their classic / like mix of like classic and Ultimate Spider-Man version of Green Goblin here.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's fucking dope.
It's dope. I'm a huge score junkie. I really love Daniel Pemberton's score for this movie. His Prowler theme is
the Prowler theme is really good. Yeah.
The way he just pulls out his phone. It's so gross.
I love Lee Schreiber as the Kingpin.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
He's no Vincent D'Onofrio, but he's good.
he's so good as the Kingpin.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Does no one understand that
I
reference?
do.
I got
Yeah,
you.
he's
Daredevil.
yeah.
Okay. Nobody said it. Nobody said anything, and Maggie was like, "I don't think they know what you're talking about."
No, I've seen the show, or I haven't seen the show, but I knew that that's like what it's from.
He's
What else?
really good.
Season 3 of Daredevil is. Mwah.
I never saw season 3. I stopped after season 2.
Oh my god. Season 3 is so good.
Like must watch good or like just
Like must watch good. It's so good. They
Okay.
bring in Bullseye and Kingpin comes back. It is fucking amazing.
I will watch Daredevil season 3 then.
Yeah, they were all canceled. Yeah,
Which,
the
like,
last.
I don't know how. Okay.
I think the last of the Netflix ones was season 3 of Jessica Jones.
Which I heard was fine.
Yeah, that show like Daredevil's by far the best one. Jessica Jones is probably the second best. I didn't really like Luke Cage.
The first half of Luke Cage is great. The second half falls apart for me.
And season 2 of Luke Cage is a mess.
I didn't even go in for season 2 because I didn't like the second half of 1.
And I feel the same way about Punisher. Punisher season 1 is really good, and season 2 is a disaster.
To me, I think the best single season of those Marvel Netflix shows is Jessica Jones' first season. I adored that first season, but I hated season 2, and I was like, okay, I'm out.
Season 3 was better. I like the way they ended it, but obviously it's nothing's gonna happen now. And then Defenders was a disappointment, but there were some cool moments, like seeing Iron Fist and Luke Cage fight. Like that's a cool comic book moment I never thought I'd see, but like
those first 3 episodes of Defenders were awesome, and everything after it, I was just like, oh.
Yeah. If you've seen Defenders, Caleb, watch Daredevil 3.
I will then.
It's so good. It's worth your time. The coughing's probably not a good sign. Did you say he has the Rona?
Hey, listen, Peter Parker wore a mask before it was necessary.
I like that. That was good.
Yeah, I agree, Malcolm. It's probably not going to happen for the Netflix shows. If there was going to be one, it would be Daredevil because Charlie Cox is really good. But I think Daredevil's the only one that would translate to film.
Yeah.
I don't think Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, or
They
even
probably work in supporting parts in a ground level Homecoming style ground level movie, but they can't hold their own things.
Yeah, but even John Bernthal's the Punisher, who I really like. Just the way they've built that character, it's like such a hard R. You can't really bring that into the MCU.
Yeah.
Well, aren't they trying to do Blade R?
Yeah.
I don't think they officially said that.
I think there's some.
I'd be surprised if they weren't. I'd be surprised if they weren't.
I would be shocked if it was rated R. I'll say that. Kirk commented on the post and said Spider-Pig Boatman is both the greatest and most horrible thing I've ever seen in my life. No. What is he called? The Goober?
Mhm.
Uber.
Yikes, it's like Peter and Far From Home.
Somebody look at the private chat.
Oh my god.
I'm
Stop.
sorry.
No, you're not. Don't pretend. No, you're not.
Tim,
What?
why are you alone?
Because
Now is the part of the movie where I take a break to go make a bag of popcorn.
sounds good, have fun.
I'll return momentarily.
Is that Robert?
I'm gonna go ahead and say that's a positive Ghost Rider.
Positive Ghost Rider?
That Maggie asked if that was you making all dat noise.
No, I was muted.
Yeah.
This scene kills me every time. Just the music is so good. There it is, folks.
Yep. That line just that just I'm gonna miss him line is just
We were friends, you know?
Nick, say something.
Can't. I'm crying.
Because you're crying.
Who voices
Michael wants to hear your voice. Ooh, what?
Hey, Michael.
Who voices Mary Jane?
Zoe Kravitz is Mary Jane, right? Koho.
Yes.
Yeah,
Zoe Kravitz, Mary Jane, yes?
correct. Correct.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
I will say, wouldn't this movie be better if at the end of it somebody comes up to Miles and says, "Hey, what's your name?" and he says, "Miles Spider-Man."
I was about to say Miles Parker, and I was gonna say, yep.
Or yeah, I could work too. Or Skywalker. Or wow, Rise of Skywalker was not good. I'm sorry, Tim.
Who are you with? Miles.
Miles Parker.
It's fine that I'm the only one on planet Earth who likes that movie.
I liked it too.
You
I think
did.
it's fine. It's good.
Brian Michaels liked it.
Brian
You're
Michael-
wearing good company.
Brian
Oh.
Michaels' second favorite movie of 2019, The Rise of Skywalker.
Wait, that was Brian's second favorite movie?
Yep.
It was nowhere near my top 10. It's not even near my like top 5 Star Wars movies. I don't know. I like the characters. I like that movie the same way Koho likes Cars 3. It's not a good movie, but he loves the character and loves the progression of Lightning McQueen. Am I incorrect, Koho?
You are correct, Ghost Rider.
Okay, thank you. Understood.
I like Cars 3 more than Rise of Skywalker.
No, that's because you're 7 years old.
Where?
Venom that had this scene on the end of it, and we like watched it and we were like, what is this movie and what is going to happen? I don't understand.
And then we all went, oh yeah, Venom came out this year after we saw it.
Venom made like a ton of money.
It made $1 billion.
Yeah, Venom made a ridiculous amount of money.
It made more money than it deserved to make. I think Venom outgrows Spider-Verse, and that's a sad reality.
Not even close.
And
By a mile. Venom made,
I
like you said, over a
700
yeah. By double. If you triple what Spider-Verse made, that's barely over what Venom made.
that hurt.
I'm looking right now to see
That
for
hurt.
sure.
Paul.
Everyone put their Star Wars rankings in the chat.
Paul.
Oh, Venom made 856. My B. I thought
Okay,
it made
never mind. So if you double Spider-Verse's box office, you're still underneath Venom's.
That kills me.
You know why Venom made that much money, right?
There's like nothing around it, right?
No, I was gonna say because of Eminem's dope ass
Venom,
track.
Venom.
Cody still hasn't seen Venom, and that's unacceptable.
I've also never seen Venom.
Like a turd in the wind.
I love this
I
scene
loved it,
so
John.
much.
I love it. I love Peter B. Parker as a character.
Gee, thanks.
This is all of us during quarantine right now.
It's a fact. I handled it like a champion. Cries in the shower. There we
It just like the timing of that is so perfect. Where they're like, I did this 15 more years. I broke my back. I buried Aunt May. I split up with Mary Jane, and now I'm alone. You meet another seahorse, and you make it work.
And the thing is, they only say I buried Aunt May, and that tells you like everything you need to like tells you a lot about him and why he is the way he is and how much pain he's going through.
This is literally a peek into my life. I sit in a Spider-Man costume and eat pizza on the floor, half naked, watching television,
Can confirm.
and then I get sucked into a portal.
Called Multiplex.
Yep. Yep.
If Spider-Verse was released earlier in the year, do you think it would have made more money? No. I think it was released at actually a good time for it, making as much money as it could.
And also winning the Oscar. I think if you flip the releases of Incredibles 2 and Spider-Verse, Incredibles 2 probably wins.
I
I don't know
agree.
about that.
I mean,
Right.
Spider-Verse had the powerful push of coming out right before Oscar season, so everyone was gushing over the animation, the performances.
Didn't it come out Christmas Day or like Christmas weekend?
You know, like 2 weeks
Well,
before.
so it came out the week before Aquaman. Which
But Aquaman also didn't make a ton of money, did it?
Aquaman made $1 billion. I know
Oh,
that.
did it?
Made a lot. It made a lot.
And it also came, and it was the week before Aquaman, and Aquaman came out the same day as Bumblebee too. So that's like 3 big franchise movies in a very short amount. I know Bumblebee probably made the least out of all 3 of those, but
Back $100 million in the U.S.
Bumble, yeah, I would say so. I'm looking.
It's almost like the Oscars are based on totally arbitrary things like release date and therefore don't matter.
Yikes.
Twig, stop hurting me or I'll talk bad about comic book movies and Middle Earth.
Bumblebee made 467 worldwide, but it made 127 domestic, so it definitely beat Spider-Verse.
I like Bumblebee. It's my favorite Transformers movie.
Plus multiverse videos.
That's like saying it's your favorite dump you've taken.
I mean, listen, it's not an incorrect statement.
But dude, Bumblebee is a good movie.
I like Bumblebee.
I like
I haven't
Bumblebee.
actually seen it. It might be great. I don't know.
Aquaman
He's right up your alley, Boat.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, I might give it a chance.
Bumblebee is honestly a pretty Boatman movie.
Aquaman made 1.1 billion.
And that's the cameo from Premium Rush, everybody.
Yikes.
I love it when Paul calls people champ. It's one of my favorite things in the world. It's top 10.
I've definitely had that one called on me before.
Oh, I have too. It's the best. It's the best thing in the world.
Those Multiplex multiverse videos were awesome. Let me know if you ever need an evil alternate Garth. Ooh, thank you, Garth. We put a lot of work into those, so we appreciate that.
Bumblebee is sort of like a coming-of-age movie, so 4.5 for Boatman, at least.
Yeah, it's definitely a coming-of-age movie rolled inside a Transformers movie.
And it stars Haley Steinfeld, so
Yeah.
I don't know why I haven't seen it yet.
it's very good. It is on Tim's Voodoo.
I feel like
Also,
I wanted
Aquaman is also a banger.
You
Aquaman
like
is pretty dope.
that movie.
I liked it. I don't think I'd call it very good.
I think Aquaman's fine.
I'd rather watch Aquaman than Bumblebee.
Well, me too, but that's because it's I'm a bitch for superhero movies.
I don't watch Transformers.
Yeah. It is by far the best Transformers movie. Now
Also,
we're not.
Mary Poppins Returns came out the same weekend as Bumblebee and Aquaman, didn't it?
That came out on Wednesday, and then the other two came out on Friday.
I was like, that. There was a lot of big releases in that short frame of time.
It was a big Christmas. Well, there wasn't a Star Wars movie, so everyone was like,
That's
let's
true.
put all these movies.
Why did they release Solo in the summer instead of in the winter?
I mean, Solo feels like a summer movie.
Let's not forget that winter also, we got two other classics. We got J-Lo in a second act, and we also got Holmes and Watson,
Ooh.
which halfway through, me and Maggie
Not even
turned
halfway through.
off.
Homies. The freaking poster for that.
We turned off. We didn't go and see it in the theater, but we turned it off.
I've never walked out of a movie before in my life. There are only two that I've stood up and been ready to go and then didn't. One is Hereditary, but not because it's bad, but because I felt
Not a you movie.
no, it did its purpose too well. Yeah. And the other is Holmes and Watson, which made me want to cry because Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly.
Yeah, no, the movie's not good. And again, we saw maybe 20, 25 minutes of it.
Yeah, maybe.
We had the choice between seeing Holmes and Watson and Escape Room, and we saw Escape Room, and I'm glad we spent the money on Escape Room over Holmes and Watson.
Which was also not good, though.
That's what I'm
Throwing it
saying.
out there.
I'm saying that movie was better.
So the line, don't watch the mouth, watch the hands, is Boatman's, life motto, right?
Yikes.
No, I don't think that's a yikes. I mean, that's
not an inaccurate statement.
no, it's really not. That's
Question
literally whenever I host.
Oh.
Yeah. Boatman,
What did you think he meant?
What did he say?
the
It
line,
sounded like Boatman.
don't watch the mouth, watch the hands is Kaleb Boatman's motto.
Got it.
Yeah, because hands on.
No, Paul, you're confusing escape room with green room.
That's fair.
I think he means Green Book.
This is the comment that wins the night.
That's true. Good job, Paul.
And Malcolm, they could have had Solo release in December and Mary Poppins release in summer. Like that wasn't the problem. Rent and Insurgent are the only two films I rushed to end, fast forward, and burn from my memory instantly. Well, Adelaide, that's just an incorrect take. Insurgent's terrible, but Rent is a good movie. I stand by that.
Adelaide hates the musical Rent in general and thinks it's one of the worst things to ever exist. But their favorite musical movie of all time is Chicago. Just want to make that clear.
Oh, well,
Chicago's great. Look, Chicago's great.
To say that that's the best and that Rent is terrible, though, okay. The only movie I walked out on was Pearl Harbor. I got tired of waiting for the Japanese to attack and kill some of those annoying people. Yikes, Garth McMurray. That's going to be a big fat yikes for me. Remember earlier when I said that yikes don't always mean bad things? I'm changing that on this one. Yikes.
Wow.
The annoying people he's referring to are like Ben Affleck.
I'm aware of what he's saying.
Oh.
It's still yikes. Boatman, you're banned. Yikes to that as well.
What did I do?
Escape Room did not have an amazing ending, Paul.
Koho was the one that said Chicago was bad. I didn't.
This song.
And that's a no on the cave. I like that line.
No cape.
Spider-Man does not wear a cape.
What's the name of that song?
St. Elmo's Fire was the one that played.
There it is. Thank you.
You ready?
I know, because the
There's the
fucking
meme.
classic rock station that I work for plays it 8 times an hour, and I want to die.
Yeah, it's from the movie Footloose.
One of the memes.
It's actually not. It's from St. Elmo's Fire. That was a joke.
Good job.
You're right, Paul. You're right. They were very subtle, but I enjoy it when they subtly set up a sequel. Fun fact, I'm pretty sure that sequel is happening, though.
It is. I'm pretty sure it's made.
It was supposed to come out in August. I bet it got pushed at this point, though. I'm going to find out. But I know it was supposed to come out this year.
Didn't the annoying kid live?
I don't remember.
And then the girl.
Yes, the main...
And the kid.
Yes, the annoying one. Escape Room 2, 2020. Plot unknown.
Do they have to escape another room?
So it was supposed to come out in August. It now has a release date of December 30th.
All right.
So, Paul, if you want to come to Wisconsin and see Escape Room 2 with me and Maggie, you are more than welcome.
Just in time for Oscars season, am I right?
Got it. Best Picture, Escape Room 2.
Oh, that's right. Couldn't remember. The main girl in Escape Room was the daughter in Waves. I couldn't remember what else I saw her in.
The annoying kid is from West Island.
Yes.
Just that line of the I'm not gonna sit by and watch Spider-Man die again. I can't do that again. It's just it's delivered so well.
I'm with Michael. And yes, I think, was Escape Plan 2, was that one Hades, or was the third one Hades?
What are you talking
I'm talking to Paul in the chat. About things that have nothing to do with Spider-Man.
Clackety, 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 clackety.
The only movie I ever walked out of was 2015's We Are Your Friends.
I saw that movie and I did not leave.
I'm kidding. I didn't leave. I just saw it in theaters, but I didn't walk out of it.
I feel like that's definitely like a Paul movie.
Where Are Your Friends? Paul, have you seen Where Are Your Friends? It's that weird Wes Bentley movie.
With Zac Efron.
They do drugs in that movie and everything melts.
I was the only one in the theater when I saw that. What comes out first, New Mutants or Escape Room 2? That's a good one, Malcolm.
New Mutants will never be released.
I will say I am still to this day disappointed that like the Sunflower was. I can't remember if it was disqualified, like ineligible, or if they just didn't nominate it for Best Original Song.
I'm pretty sure it was ineligible, man.
I don't know why it wouldn't be eligible, because it was made for the movie. Like the name of the song is Sunflower for Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse.
Yes, We Are Your Friends.
I don't think it was. It wasn't originally made for the movie. I don't think.
Yeah, it was.
Paul
I-
says.
I really don't think it was. I'm gonna look up the song.
I really thought it was because the single came out and it was Sunflower for Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse.
Oops. Going on the Wikipedia page for the song.
Okay.
Jesus.
It's included on Post Malone's third studio album.
Yeah, but Hollywood's Bleeding came out like way after this movie, and the single was released prior to the movie, and it was released with the Spider-Verse mask on it.
Don't know what to tell you, bud. Didn't happen. It's not like it was going to beat Shallow.
I know, but it should have been nominated.
Yeah, it was released as a single before the movie came out, I think. And I think that was the problem.
No, singles are released for movies before movies.
Yeah, like Shallow came out way before A Star Is Born.
I guess we'll never know. Oh, shit.
This reveal in theaters was like pretty baller.
100%.
Is this the scene with Bagel?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's coming.
Watch.
The sound effect, like text on the screen in this entire movie are all on point.
Well, before they infiltrated the facility, when Spider-Man was like, or Peter B. Parker was like laying out the plan, he's like, "We'll get the thing. I'll get a bagel, and then we'll get out of there."
Oh.
Yeah, but like when he's on the computer, it's just clackety, 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 clackety.
He like throws the bagel at someone and it says bagel.
No.
It's coming up. Here it is. Bagel.
I've never seen it.
It's so good.
It's my favorite little touch in this movie.
I know that this is just a Tim thing, and I'll try to make it quick, but the 4K Blu-ray of this movie is chef's kiss. This movie looks so good in 4K.
This movie is beautiful.
Like the colors and everything just like pop so good. whip it out again.
I love that we actually got the word thwip used as a verb in a Spider-Man movie.
Yep. You as the student who can do it, just not as good. I love the way that they did her.
Spider-Gwen is the best, dude.
Like she's so cool in this movie.
Yeah, the character design for her in general is just awesome.
Michael Campbell just laid down a challenge for you, Tim.
What?
Michael Campbell laid down a challenge for you.
So I used to do a series on my channel where like I would do monthly updates of everything new that I got. But I got lazy and decided to put my efforts here instead. But I don't know how long it would take me
To do every movie you have, that would be like an hour and a half video.
It'd be longer than that.
Minimum.
I think Chris Stuckman did one once, and it was like a 3-hour video. Yeah, I mean, I have over like 1,200 Blu-rays, so it would be a long one.
Of them on Letterboxd.
You can see the list of them on Letterboxd. I do have the list updated today
Constantly.
with my new releases that came today. So Onward and The Way Back are now on that list. But yeah, I have a Blu-ray list, a 4K Blu-ray list, a 3D Blu-ray list, and just my normal Blu-ray one. So I only own like 20 DVDs, so there's that list is like nothing. But yeah, that would be a long one.
Who's that bro with Kingpin?
I don't think they ever say his name because that was challenged once.
You're talking about Tombstone?
Tombstone, yeah, it's never said.
Never said.
I think Kane asked it.
He's in the.
challenged.
Yeah, he did. He did. It's in the credits. His name is Tombstone, but you would have no idea who that character was in the context of the film. Boatman.
That credit to that is Scully.
Scully's on point with that one. That's horrifying.
That's actually also me.
Tim, Paul wants to know what kind of movie in 4K would simply get a chef's hug.
That's a good question. A lot of the Disney 4Ks only get Chef's Hug, which is sad because I'm a Disney shill, as they say. But only a Chef's Hug recently. I gotta pull up the list now. I will not rest until I have an answer to this question.
What movie would get a chef's socially conscious distancing?
Oh, I can tell you. So again, take away the movie, what you think of the movie, but the 4K for Suicide Squad is fucking awful. It looks worse than the standard Blu-ray.
So a chef's like kicking the groin.
I haven't watched the Birds of Prey 4K yet, but I hear that one's dope. Oh, I've got one that gets just a standard chef's hug Star Wars: New Hope. They just released the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy on 4K. Empire and Jedi look fantastic. Those are chef's kiss. The OG, little bit of a chef's hug. It's a tight hug, I'll give you, but not a full one. I haven't watched Ford v Ferrari yet either on 4K, but I hear that one's dope. Oh, and also say what you will about the movie as well, but It Chapter 2 is a pretty good 4K. That one is. Yes.
Malcolm, I have a counter question, a qualifying question, if you will, back to your question before I answer. Are you asking how many people who are actors in Spider-Verse have been nominated for an actor, or how many, like, just actors that are in that Spider-Verse movie that are actually actors were nominated for Oscars? Because there's a difference.
I don't understand what the difference is.
What?
Yeah, okay, there are four. There are four, but Chris Miller has a cameo, which would make it 5.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So,
Yeah.
like, they've been
Oscar
nominated.
winners, it's 5. Oscar nominated actors, 4.
For an animated feature for Lego Movie? No, that wasn't nominated.
Spider-Verse.
Oh, for this movie, duh. I'm
For this
fucking
movie.
idiot.
Yeah, there you go.
Garth says, ironically, Ratatouille does not get the chef's kiss rating. That 4K is very good. That one I will give the chef's kiss.
Yes, Mahershala Ali, Lily Tomlin, Nicolas Cage, Haley Steinfeld, if my math is correct.
Oh, yeah, I can't go wait. You miss Nicolas Cage's intro. I gotta wait till after that. And then I will refill my beverage.
I love the different suits in here because there's like the stealth suit and the armored suit. And...
Well, they even have the suit from the PS4 game that came out like 2 months before this.
Right. Yeah.
Well,
Scarlet Spider.
I love that.
I mean, Kane's Scarlet Spider suit, not the actual like Ben Reilly's Scarlet Spider suit. They have basically everyone in there, all the important ones.
I don't want to bring up anything awkward, but the suit he's looking at is totally the suit he died in. Which
Sure.
would not be in.
There's the PS4 suit right there in the background, actually.
They sewed it back together, Nick. It's okay.
Okay.
He had extras. Hey, fellas.
Where's the wind from? We're the basement.
Wherever I go, the wind follows.
Robert.
So, Robert, tell us about how you got the role of Penny Parker.
It was a hard process. I'm not gonna lie.
It can get weirder.
There were many people for the role, and honestly, I just got lucky. I was in the right place at the right time. I had a very good agent. It was me versus Kimiko Glenn. And I actually, we actually had an alley fight over the part. And considering she's a child, I won.
That's fair.
I actually don't think Kimiko Glenn's a child. Let me check.
So, fun fact that I didn't know until super recently was that Gerard Way of My Chemical Romance actually created the character of Penny Parker, and I did not know that.
That isn't. I like a match and let it burn down to my fingertips just to feel something.
Garth can fact check me. I know he knows a lot about comics, so I don't know if that's that's what I heard, so I don't know if that's accurate or not. Because his Doom Patrol run is.
They were thinking about having me do the motion capture for her as well, but I can't pull off the anime eyes.
Fair.
Yikes.
Yeah, so instead they tagged in Peter O'Toole.
Yeah.
That was good.
Thank you.
All right, now I'm gonna go get a drink.
Iron Spider's right there. I didn't even see him the first time. He can't
Ooh,
on command.
that's a good question, Michael. Michael asked to give out some rewatchable categories for the movie from the podcast, The Rewatchables. I mean, you got to go Spider-Man Noir for the biggest heat check award. It'd be hard to not do that. I don't think Liev Schreiber is really that guy for the Joey Pants award. I'd have to think about that one a little bit more.
Wasn't there like a cut line that Nicolas Cage had that was like a 40s dialogue that they like cut because apparently it's like not that okay to say anymore?
I think they replaced it with Hard-Boiled Turtle Slapper instead.
Yes, that's what they did. I don't remember what they said, though.
Yeah, the Spider-Man Noir is the Dion Waiters award. Man, biggest that guy. I don't think there really is like a that guy in these movies. Or in this movie specifically. Give me a second to think, Michael. I got to think of the other categories and I'll do it.
And Robert is out. He's like, give me a second, Michael, and then just like was like, fuck, I gotta get out of here. I don't have an answer for him.
Just gotta run quick.
Wrong button.
I gotta run.
Yeah.
I
Gotta get out of here. I don't got an answer.
I don't have an answer for Michael, so I gotta get the fuck out of here.
I'll be honest, what happened was I hit Control R instead of Control T. I was going to open up a new tab, but instead I refreshed the page. Oh, you know what? I have a good answer for that guy for the Joey Pants award. That's Brian Tyree Henry, who voices his dad.
R.I.P. Juice WRLD.
He's just like a dude who's in a lot of things. Jake Johnson is kind of a that guy too. Yeah, it's a good call. Casting what ifs, we kind of already talked about the Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland one. Oh, whose Apex Mountain is this? That's a question.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's like it's one of the categories on a movie podcast that I listen to. It's like who in this movie, it could be anything. The director, the actors, the screenwriter, like anything. Who is at like the top of their power, like box office power, like they could go on from this and do anything. Who has like the most like what's that word the Zoomers use?
Check.
Yeah, no, like who has the most clout? That's the word I'm thinking of. Like coming off this movie, who's like the biggest name? But like Mahershala Ali's Apex Mountain is not this. I feel like that's the movies he's won Oscars for.
Well, it's not. Yeah. This
Like at the top, at the like their peak in their career. Like obviously we don't know because these careers aren't over yet. But
movie you're saying?
yes, like who for this movie is this their peak?
Oh,
Like
I don't
top
think
of their game.
it's for anybody.
I don't think it's anybody's. Maybe Lord and Miller.
I say this is Jake Johnson's peak.
Yeah.
Maybe, but we don't know because we don't know what he's gonna do next.
He's in Jurassic World Dominion.
That's true.
I would say as of right now, this is I would agree. I think,
Not a fucking AMC though. Let me tell you that.
Spider-Man movies? Could this be Apex Mountain for Spider-Man movies? Maybe.
No, it's Far From Home.
You think Far From Home? I think this is better than Far From Home.
But I'm saying box office wise, Far From Home puts this movie to shame.
That's true, but it's not just about. It's just like total like cultural power.
Garth, I fucking love New Girl. New Girl is fantastic. So
He's really good in that show. They're so cute together.
I love that show to pieces.
We should rewatch that show.
I think it's on Netflix.
I've only seen it once.
Me too.
I feel like this is probably Kingpin's Apex Mountain. It's like the best Kingpin that we've had. I haven't seen Vincent D'Onofrio's though.
It's hard. Vincent D'Onofrio is really good.
There's no real overacting. The They Knew award. That's a good one. They named an award after Mark Ruffalo in Spotlight when he goes, "They knew, they knew," when he's talking at the end or towards the end.
Yeah, that was the clip they played for his Oscar.
Yeah. It's not like it doesn't mean like the overacting is bad. It's just like the most overacting. Maybe Nick Cage. Nick Cage is maybe overacting in this. It's like good. It's
He's
good.
pretty reserved in this. Actually.
I don't know.
No,
Like
line-
compared to Nicolas Cage now, I think it's more reserved.
Yeah.
I did
What was
not.
that?
Far From Home made $1.1 billion.
Yeah, it did.
I did not know that movie made that much money.
It made bank. I think it's the first like Spider-Man movie to cross $1 billion.
Oh yeah, you're right. I did know that somewhere in my soul.
Most rewatchable scene of this movie has got to be. I think it's Spider-Gwen's first appearance when she takes out Doc Ock and picks up the hard drive.
Sure.
Although maybe it's that introduction that we just saw in the shed.
Maggie's over it.
I love the Spider-Man noir trying to guess the colors on the Rubik's Cube.
Oh, just now?
Yeah, it's so good. This is purple. No.
I have never seen New Girl, but I might watch it based on Tim Rick's. Yeah, it's good, Malcolm. It's real good.
Isn't Adam Driver in New Girl?
No, he's
that's
in Girls on HBO.
Girls. Okay.
No, New Girl is Zooey Deschanel, Jake Johnson, Max. Is it Max Greenfield?
Yeah.
Max Greenfield, co-star of the Sally Field classic "Hello, My Name Is
Doris.
A film that I saw in the theater. So hit me with that 4-pointer. What 2016?
I think that's a 4. Yeah, probably.
Hello, My Name Is Doris is 100% a 4-pointer.
Wait, what is the question?
What 2016 movie starring Sally Field also co-stars Max Greenfield, or I don't know, something like that. Any question about Hello, My Name Is Doris?
I feel like if you said who plays the title character in Hello, My Name Is Doris, I don't think that's a 4-pointer.
I agree with Robert. Honestly, don't think
You did give a year and 2 actors.
Mhm.
But
And
that's because I saw the movie. No one else saw the movie.
I've never seen the movie.
I could probably tell you about
Like,
it. I still
I
didn't
thi-
see it, though.
I think it's like a. It depends on the category. It depends on the difficulty of the match.
100%.
100%.
Like if it's a debut match, a 4. But beyond that, I don't know.
All I'll say is worldwide at the box office, it made $14 million. So not too many people have gone to check out Hello, My Name Is Doris.
And that's fair for me with data questions, especially if it's like name the movie or name the star. I think I don't take that into account as box office into account as much, because if you've just seen the poster, you know.
Yeah, that's fair. That's such a good moment.
His eyes like change.
Ooh, Adelaide coming in hot with the Eye in the Sky. That was a film.
There was a film.
I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
That was Alan Rickman's second last movie.
Yeah.
You didn't make me watch that one. I did see
No.
Midnight Special.
I haven't seen Midnight Special
It
either.
was very good.
I own Midnight Special. I think it's on my Voodoo.
It is. I know it's a Michael Shannon sci-fi movie. That's all I got.
Everyone was like shitting and it was just.
I don't know any of the movies you guys are talking about, and Jake's gonna kick my ass. Fun.
They should. I know this movie only came out 2 years ago, but to just finish up Michael's thing from earlier, they should definitely do this on rewatchables. They won't because Sean Tennessee doesn't like superhero movies, but that's a different story.
Almost Savage. Oh, you didn't like Midnight Special? Adam Driver is a Midnight Special.
Okay.
You like him?
I remember it just being really boring, if I'm being really honest.
That came out in 2016.
What movie?
Midnight Special, and
Oh yeah. I feel like somebody important directed that movie.
Jeff Nichols,
yeah,
That's what. Yep. That's absolutely it.
guy who did Mud and
Yeah,
Loving.
I saw Loving. That
want-
was a movie.
I'll talk about a boring ass movie.
Loving is a boring ass movie. Joel Edgerton though.
He doesn't have eyebrows.
That's correct. Yeah, who's the female lead in that movie? It's Ruth.
Ruth Negga
Yeah,
or Negga. I don't know.
Academy
how to pronounce her
Award
last name.
nominee
For that movie, for Loving,
for that
isn't it?
movie.
Yeah.
Ruth Negas Rutabagas.
that's right. It's
That
one of
was a Josh McCouga bit.
yeah, I love it.
It was pretty funny. Didn't like him at all.
I think I double featured that and Nocturnal Animals in one night. That was a hell of a night.
That's a woof night.
Yeah.
I like
Garth's
that.
on it. Garth's on it.
The double features of my freshman year of college were a weird time.
It's funny. Today I got a random message out of the blue from someone we don't talk to anymore who basically said, watch double feature Nocturnal Animals and Gone Girl right now.
No, don't do that.
Sounds like a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Sounds
Can
like
you message the admin chat and tell me who that person is?
Yeah.
Go in the private chat. Can I make a guess first in the private chat? There we go. That's my
Yeah,
guess.
make a guess. Oh. Yes, it was that.
I knew it. I knew.
Yep. That does sound
knew it.
exactly like that person.
Nocturnal Animals is brutal.
Ooh, Robert, go on that refresh again.
That Command R is strong.
Nocturnal Animals is brutal, but Aaron Taylor Johnson is fucking amazing in that movie.
It's good. It's just
Sorry, I hit refresh instead.
This scene is so good.
Actually, this might be the most rewatchable. The scene that comes directly after this one, it's his dad talking to him through the door. He's like, "You've got something inside of you. It's amazing." Actually, fuck, I keep changing my answer. Most rewatchable scene is when "What's Up Danger" plays, when he's got the spray painted suit
Yeah.
and he's like going through New York. That is the best scene of this movie.
Nick, what were you eating?
Chance that worth a 4.
Remember that scene a while ago when Peter B. Parker was like, something happened, and he was eating pizza in that scene?
Mm-hmm.
I immediately ordered Domino's.
Nice.
And it's like a no contact thing, so they left it like out in back of my apartment instead of like at my door.
Nice.
So I was like, "Thank you, Diane from Domino's."
One of the places
Fucking Diane.
from, leave it like at the bottom of the stairs outside of like the entrance.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty.
Inconvenient.
Yeah.
We got pizza last night.
That scene that just happened is literally the epitome of like people who say they don't like this movie because of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
When he turns and sees all six of them and he goes, "Do we talk? Because I don't want to freak him out."
You say people as though it's plural. It's a singular person.
I know who.
Oh, do you?
Well,
Who is the other person?
I recently learned of a second that exists. I don't remember who it was.
Dox them right now, though. What? Koho, besides Sunflower, is What's Up Danger the best song on this soundtrack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's between that or Hide and Scared of the Dark for me.
That's fair. Those are good picks.
Like I just like
I
Peter,
also really like Way Up.
like the way Peter like handles this situation. Just like
Yeah.
just like you can tell he doesn't want to do what he's doing, but he's like, kid, like it's.
You can tell he was the one who wanted to have kids in him and Mary Jane's relationship.
Okay.
I don't think he was.
No, that's not true.
Oh,
He's
is that
not
the-
want kids.
I missed that scene. I don't remember.
There's a straight up line in it where he's like, "Do I want kids?"
No. I'm talking about it when he like does his introduction as Peter B. Parker. One of the reasons him and MJ broke up is one of them wanted kids and one of them didn't.
Yeah, Mary Jane wanted.
Mary
Mary Jane, MJ wanted kids. Okay.
Didn't want to stop saving the world. Pay attention.
I was making popcorn.
Maggie
during that
is
scene.
on
Maggie, I was making popcorn.
You have to realize that we're an hour and a half into a movie. That means Maggie is no longer taking shit.
Checked
from
out.
anyone. She is down. She is just ready to take anyone out if they say anything she doesn't agree with.
I
Literally.
just want to say that "I Need the Goober" is a line that you could hear in either a Spider-Man movie or a porno.
Don't say, oh, you said it.
I'm sorry.
My mom is watching this.
Oh, I'm
I could send her the link. Should we send Renee the link? I bet she'd hop in the stream.
She doesn't know how
That
to
was
get it.
terrible. That was
I'm
terrible.
sorry.
She can
I'm
click on it,
sorry.
Maggie.
Well, link to the video, not to the screen.
Oh, yeah, okay.
This scene is fucking great.
It's okay, Tuig.
It just breaks your heart.
Off topic, real quick question. Is Clone Wars movie on Disney Plus?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Wonder why he asked that.
He's gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Within the next week, yeah.
Cal Goddard.
Oof.
I don't think Goddard watches anything, even movies.
Who?
Goddard, the dog from Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah.
100%.
Shoot through the stars. Rides a kid with the knack for invention.
Did you skip the second line because you also aren't totally sure what it is and you didn't want to say why candy bars and then have someone be like, that's not an idiot.
I fucking love everything that's happening.
You're not wrong, Twig.
Okay, cool.
All right, now we're talking this scene here.
Here we go, baby.
Let's go.
This scene is so hype.
The way it's edited is really good.
It's so good. The song is just the perfect song to fit the situation. Oh my god. Oh, I love it.
It's so good.
Twig, I looked it up and apparently the line is fueled by candy bars.
Wow. That's a thing I learned today.
Yeah.
Got a blast!
Oh, bless up.
Can an animated movie be nominated for cinematography?
I don't think so, but if anyone were to be nominated, it should have been this one. I think it's because they like arbitrarily they completely create each frame of this movie.
Yeah.
I know like it doesn't happen very often. I know like a lot of people would say this sentence about like movies that they love, but like this movie could have been nominated for Best Picture.
Should have been.
Like I really believe that. I don't think it's a perfect movie. Like I don't think it's like, 100 out of 100, nothing's wrong with it. But
I do.
God, this movie, it's so good.
Yeah, can't get fucked.
What does he say? What did he say?
Campy went on a rant about how Robert Pattinson's an ungrateful piece of shit for not wanting to work out while he's in quarantine to be Batman, and he's an entitled prick or something. Like
we shouldn't even talk about it.
And it's always gonna be like the worst Batman or something like that.
He's also the guy who said that Dave Filoni doesn't know Star Wars because he likes Ahsoka.
Yep.
Which is just like the most idiotic thing ever. If you listen to the way Dave Filoni talks about Star Wars, that man's genius.
Can we get a quick vote from the panel? How many of you in the 2018 Best Picture race would replace Black Panther with this movie? Koho voting for that. Wow, that's unanimous. You heard it at Academy.
This movie is better than Black Panther.
Lots of movies.
There are different movies. There are different movies that were nominated for Best Picture that I definitely would have swapped out for Spider-Verse as well.
I would have taken out Bohemian Rhapsody and Green Book before I took out Black Panther.
I would have taken out Green Book for sure before I took out Black Panther.
Guys, Paul's not in the chat anymore. You don't have to.
No, that's a real opinion that I have.
It's also a real opinion I have.
It was a joke.
I would take out
with the 4 stars. That's brutal.
This is where I lose absolutely all friendship with Cody Newberry. I would take out The Favorite for Spider-Verse 100%, and Black Panther and Bohemian Rhapsody.
Which one did you take out first, though? That's the question.
Wait, does Cody love The Favorite?
Yeah, the first movie nominated for Best Picture in that year that I would take out of the Best Picture race is probably
rap.
Roma.
Black Panther.
Roma would be the first of the 8 that I would take out.
Bohemian Rhapsody would definitely be the first of the 8 that I take out.
I think Black Panther deserved the Best Picture nomination.
I mean, we could have this conversation for the 80th time, or we could not.
Right.
It's fair.
I'm sorry I brought it up.
No, you're. I like the original question, but now it's going down a rabbit hole of a topic we've literally talked about so many times.
The other thing to also note is that there were 2 movie spots open in the Best Picture race that they didn't fill. That's
not how it works, though.
That's not how it works.
That's not how it works at all.
I know how it works, but I'm just saying, like, they only nominated 8 out of 10 possible slots.
That wasn't their choice, though. They don't choose. This year we're going to do 7. This year we're going to do 9. That's
I know it's how it works out through the mathematical system of how they set it up. But I'm just saying,
I have a question.
There was a possibility that this could have gotten in had they nominated a 9th or 10th movie if it worked out mathematically.
Yes, yeah, that's
in this universe. The Kingpin's family's still alive, right? They just avoided.
No, they died.
No, they died. Oh yeah, I just didn't pay attention then. Never mind.
The whole point is he's trying to
because there was a scene earlier where like they walk in on him beating up Spider-Man, and they're like, "Oh no!" So they go away, and then as they're driving away, they get in a car crash.
Okay, I just missed the car crash.
Now, are they a quadad in the Force?
Stop it! Stop it! I'm done. I'm fucking done. Oh my god.
You have a pen?
This movie in Madison when Cody and Koho. I think we did last year. Tim and
See,
Mikey.
We probably watched this.
I think we did
Oh
watch
yeah,
this.
we watched it on Blu-ray. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Maggie went to bed already. The four of us watched it. Yeah.
That
We
sounds right.
watched a lot of movies in Madison. Because I saw Anchorman for the first time in Madison.
I think we only watched 3: Spider-Verse, Anchorman, and
We watched a
Ted.
bit of The Lion King, I think.
We watched Coco.
And-
We watched.
We didn't watch Coco.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
we
did.
Did we? Shit.
We put a lot of movies on in the background while we played games and stuff. So, like, we were constantly, like, having at least a movie play and then talk about it.
I think we watched Ted as well, didn't we?
Oh,
Yeah,
we definitely watched Ted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Who, Scorpion?
Is that his name?
Yeah.
That's that guy in prison in the MCU that's
Correct.
all like, his,
Correct.
tell us.
Are you laughing at Maggie?
Oh no, I was laughing at a Spider-Man. So I'm sure what Maggie said was.
I was not funny. It's fine.
We watched Toy Story 4.
In
Dora.
theaters, right? But also in theaters.
Yeah, we watched Dora and Toy Story 4 in theaters.
The Emperor's New Groove, Coco, Ted, Anchorman, and Spider-Verse.
Okay.
Hey. You also showed us the opening bit of Shazam to demonstrate your 4K DVD versus 4K digital quality. And me and Cody sat there going, I don't know if I can tell a difference. And you wanted to kill us so bad.
It's true. That did happen. And you definitely didn't.
I got to keep the prop spider.
That's nice.
Yeah. He
Wait,
protects
you're
me.
telling me they didn't use a real spider to pilot that robot?
Well, in the close-ups they did, but not in the wide shots.
Oh, fair.
Does this technically count as like a Skybeam type ending? Like, I know it's not in the sky, but like this kind of is the same ending as like 2015's Fantastic Four, like a little bit, where there's like stuff from one dimension going into another one. Or is this just like the right way to do a Skybeam?
I would say no, it is not a Skybeam. It is a portal.
So
I love you all.
I think that Rubik's Cube question is the first Phantom question that was ever asked about this movie.
What was?
What did he take back with him to his dimension?
Oh, okay.
That's gonna be a yikes question.
It was round 1 of like a 1-0 match. I think I hosted and I remember asking that question. And I did not write it. I feel like you could make a very serious argument about Gwen being the best character in this movie.
I think Peter B. Parker is the best one.
I agree.
I would agree as well.
There's an argument though. But...
There's an argument, but yeah, I have to go Peter B. Parker personally.
How old is Miles supposed to be?
Probably like 30 something.
Miles?
Miles.
Sorry,
Miles.
Yes, Miles, the 30-year-old middle
He's
school.
he's in middle school. Like, he's got to be like 12 or 13.
Is he in middle school?
Yeah, he said, "Why can't I go back to Brooklyn Middle?"
That he literally said that. He's in middle school.
Oh, so then he's at the most 14.
Yeah.
I think he's like 14.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, he did say that. Why can't I go back to Brooklyn Middle? I think he's supposed to be like 14 and Gwen is supposed to be like 16.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he wouldn't say go back to Brooklyn Middle if he was like already in high school.
Well, that's just called like Brooklyn Middle High School.
That'd be a weird thing.
There are schools around here that are called that.
Yeah, like I guess
It'd be like a Brooklyn Central or like a Brooklyn
Yeah.
North, but it's Brooklyn Middle. Maybe that could be it.
I'm looking it up right now.
I feel like he's not older than 14. 14 sounds
I always
I
thought
was
he
gonna
was
say
like
16.
15 or 16.
He is 14.
yeah.
Fair.
And Gwen is 15.
Okay. They just said that she's like 15 months older than him or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the artwork in this movie, just the animation is amazing.
Yeah.
You
I think
could
we talked
take any
about-
singular. You could take like any singular frame of this movie, and it would be like a painting.
You just
Yeah.
copied my letterbox review.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't say.
That's fine. No, the letterbox review I wrote of this movie like a year and a half ago was every frame of this movie is a painting.
Boatman, you're a fucking legend. Wow, what's new, pussycat?
What?
No,
You're a fucking...
Thank you.
I fucking love that. It's so good.
That's so good.
Wow, what's new, pussycat?
That's so good.
I think we talked about this a little bit in Madison, but like one of the reasons that this movie like takes a little bit of a step down is because it goes so big in its finale. I think Tim, you and I were talking about that.
Yeah,
I actually agree with that.
Like it just goes it just goes a little bit too like wild. Like I like this ending a lot, but like the colors and the artwork, it looks beautiful, but like it's a little bit less grounded than the rest of the movie is.
which says a lot when it's a movie about like 7 different
Exactly. Like, but like they're running across the trains and there's kooky gravity and like all this kind of stuff.
No, I would agree with that. Yeah. When I first met Koho in person, that's what I did to him. I gave him the shoulder. Hey.
Hey.
And then Koho walked around the streets of Chicago with no shoes on.
That's not a thing that happened.
You walked down the street. It wasn't.
I walked down the sidewalk while y'all were like, everyone was arriving. I was like standing outside the Airbnb with no shoes on.
When Jim and Kane, or when who was driving? I think it was Jim was driving his Suzuki.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
Or
Jim
Subaru.
driving.
It was a Subaru. It was a Subaru.
Yeah, because Jim was driving, and the video of him driving to the Airbnb is fucking mint.
God, I might watch that vlog tonight.
It's so good. If only parts 2 and 3 would ever come out.
They won't.
Part 2 of the vlog is like, will we ever see a season 2 of Firefly? It's never gonna happen.
Or the New Mutants.
The thing is, like, we just shot less and less and less footage as the weekend went on. So like part 3 would be like 10 minutes. Like there's if that, like there's not enough footage in those last couple days. There could be a part 2. I think that could be the rest of the weekend in one video, but like it wouldn't be the same as the part 1 of it.
I definitely didn't record the second emotional breakdown I had on the way home.
I forgot about that.
You know what we did record? The Disney ranked list.
Oh yeah, we did record the Disney top 10.
The top 10 Disney.
The precursor to Your List Sucks.
Kinda.
We made so much stuff in Chicago that'll never come out.
And how much of it has or ever will make air?
None of it. We everything that everyone's gonna get is gonna be the vlog part 1.
But we had fun making it.
That's true.
The real adventure was the friends we made along the way.
Jesus Christ.
Well, it's debatable whether or not we had fun doing straight out of Fandom versus 2319. That's debatable.
That was fun. I saw the footage this semester. I edited that match this semester. I edited part of that match this semester because
that one will never be released.
No, I won't. There was like 2 weeks where I had downtime, so I like got all the footage that I possibly could from Kane, and like tried to sew together like Jim versus Tim in Fandom was a decent match that I sewed together, and there was one other that like I actually got together. Oh, it was the Fandom TV match. And then like I got busy, and then I got busy again and didn't have enough time to like, because I had to edit it on like the library computers, and I didn't have enough time to like export them out of the editing software.
We all could wear the masks.
It's true.
Nobody cared who I was until I put on the mask.
That line needs to be tweeted at everyone who complained about the idea of Donald Glover being Spider-Man at one point. I remember that was a huge fucking deal when they were doing the reboot. There was like, hey, we should make Donald Glover Spider-Man, and everyone was like, fucking stop that.
Should wear the masks.
We should.
I'm just gonna buy a Spider-Man outfit and go onto the roof of like a tall building and film myself and be like, Chris Miller told me that I could wear the mask, and then jump off the building.
Christ. Jesus. Anyone can wear the mask.
Good. We're not gonna wait for the post-credit scene because it's a meme. So this was a good one. This movie slaps, as they say.
Yeah.
Next week, I think we know what we're watching. I think I made the executive decision in a private chat. I'm fairly confident we're doing Monsters, Inc. next week because it is my favorite movie of all time. I want to watch it, and we're getting back into the swing of where we're actually getting a decent amount of movie news every week. So who knows? Next week is for sure Monsters, Inc. I'm not saying it's the last watch along, but that's what we're doing next week. I'm going to say it right now. Monsters, Inc. next week. My favorite movie. I'm pumped. We announced everything we're doing for this week in Multiplex at the top of the video. Go check that out. Thank you guys for watching this one. Yeah. See ya later. Bye.
Not quite my tempo.
I'm gonna make him an offer, Captain.
Yeah.